This tutorial is by Cooper Collier, lead programmer with WatersWebWorks.com. Please visit our TeamDesk expert listing if you need assistance or have any questions, and we'll be happy to help.
All right, we just got done with references. Now we're going to go into summaries. But what do? Well, let's look here. If we go to company contacts here and we worked on this one, and let's just edit a couple more real quick. We're going to add some company. Nope. Add ABC. That person works at ABC now, and do this one. Let's wait. Try to do the click again, and there's ABC. Okay, we have these people here. Now, we go to the company and ABC Enterprises. There they are, and we view them. Okay, now if we go down, we have these company contacts, and all these people work for the company. That's great. Now, the thing is, maybe we want some information about our employees, and that's where lookups come in. If we go in here, and we're still looking at company contacts, and we're in the form, so we go to columns, customize columns, and let's go down here. If we look up in references, we have the reference to the company right here. So it's set company as refer to the table company. Remember that. It gets a little confusing. What they mean is set company is set this reference, what's in there, is going to the table called company. If we go to the table called company and look down the columns, we have the selection, which is also called the relation, and that right here is the relation on the other side. Remember at the beginning of this, I said you cannot have a reference without a relation. They go together. So in this case, we have this relation, and we have this button called summary. And that gets a little confusing. So we want information about our employees. We can't go and say, okay, get the employee's street address. On the company side, if we look here on the company side, there's 3 of them. Which one are you going to do? We don't know. That's where the summaries come in, right here. So what we do is we can add a summary, and this gives us some nifty things to do. Naming it depends on what we're going to do with it. So let's decide. The very first thing is number of records. Let's do that one. I'm going to go here and just call this number of employees. I'm going to leave it include view. I want to display it as bold. That is neat. And save it. What do we get? We go over here, refresh it. We go look up here, and boom. It takes the number of employees right here and puts it in here. Let's go back. I told it to show in form. There it is. All these poor companies have no employees. Okay, well, let's go to contacts and edit Amber here and put Amber down in this company. There. Now let's look at the company. There's one. It counts for us. How great is that? That is awesome. But we can do more with it. Okay. Some interesting things we can do with these. We're going to go over here and let's get another summary and see what it does. So what a summary is doing, that gives us a count. This gives us more of an understanding. We're going to do a concatenate. And what concatenate does is it takes everything and puts it together. So let's go with, now these would be interesting, but we're not going to do them because those actually come from the other side. They're lookups. Probably confuse everyone with that, but that's what they are. We're going to go with first name right there. This says what the separator is. So let's leave it there right now. And what we're going to do is call this employees, employee names. We don't want to use the same word all the time. And we're going to save that. Now let's look at what that does. I'm going to refresh. We go to companies and refresh. Companies, refresh. And our form's getting a little long here. But what it's done is puts every employee. Let's view this here. It may make a little more sense. What we have is employee name. Probably could have called that names. But we have that employee, that employee, that employee working for the company. If we go down here, that's who we have. That's their first names. So this is a little hard to view. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to build that form, and you don't need to see me build the form again. So I'm going to pause this and build the form so it looks a little better. Hold tight. And ta-da! Isn't that great? Pauses are awesome. So I built a form, and now you can see the company information and employee information. Now we have 3 employees. That's their names. Isn't that great? Now they're listed in commas. What else can we do with this? This is groovy. This is cool. And I'm in form layout. Sorry. So back to our columns, customize existing columns. And we go down here, and here's our summary here. So let's edit this one right there. Now you gotta be careful. I always do this. I hit this edit all the time. And now we're at the edit of the relationship. Go back. Go hit the employee name. And actually, this is employee names. Just like that. But the separator is what goes between each result that comes in. So we have all kinds of neat ones. Semicolon, dash, pipe. Pipe's good. Pipe's excellent. New line. So then we save it. And let's go back and see what happens. There. They're lined up on top of each other. You're like, yeah, that's great. They're next to each other. Now they're not. Why would we need that? Well, let me show you. This is one of the great things that we can do is if we want to do this, let me show you. We can actually make another relation. Not relation, I'm sorry. Another summary. And we want to get here. We're going to go down and do the same thing. We're going to concatenate. And we're going to concatenate the phone number. And we're going to do it with a new line. We're going to go phone numbers. I'll turn that one off for now. And we're going to save it. Now, what did the summary do? It's going to pull in first names and all the phone numbers. Now, if we go over here and hit F5, there's the phone numbers. There's no good way to match them. And if you actually had a long list up here, you wouldn't be able to line them up. So what we do with that is we go over here and realizing we're not getting these numbers here. Well, we are getting these numbers, but the numbers are really coming from the company contacts. What we can do is we can go to the contacts and we have the phone number of the person and we have their name. But what we can do is make a formula real quick. We would go down, make a formula text, and we would call it name.phone. We do this all the time, and it's one of the really nifty things that you can do. We typically want to display something like this without wrapping, and one of the formulas we can use is the list formula, which just pulls data together. We're going to put a comma there, and we're going to take the first name, comma, and then just the phone number, like that. That's all we need to do. And we save that. Now we've made a column that combines the first name and phone number for the contact. So now we go back to the company. We go back to the summaries, and we're just going to make a new one. So we add a new summary, and we're going to put in here just name phone, just so it's identified. And we're going to concatenate it. And this time, we're going to pick name phone. I'm going to do the new line, just like that. Save it. Now let's look at what we have. There. Much better. First name, phone number. Last name, phone number. Now, if we had done it, missed the click. If we went over here, hey, we do have the employee name, and we have the phone number right here. Why don't we put them together right here? So let's give that a try. You go up to the formula here. We're going to make employee phone, employee name, and phone, like that. And we're going to do a formula text like before. And take it out of there. Okay. Oh, display without wrapping for fun. The formula is going to be just the same as before. List, dash. In this case, we want the employee names and phone numbers. I think that's the one, like that. So let's save that. And let's see what we get. Fresh. And it looks like that, which is extraordinarily unuseful because it's actually taking this and then adding this to it all in one clunk. So the place to put these together is in the source of the summary, and then you can have them looking like that.